something is up with her. She's super sketchy, and clearly her Disney princess is jealous.
Everybody wants her, the sexy in the city. She's on the prowl, she rocks this town. Who's that girl? A ferocious lady. Get up and dance, get up and dance. Sashay, Shantae, feather on the runway. Do it, ooh. All the girls say, Sashay, Shantae, feather on the runway. Do it, ooh. All the boys say, welcome to the jungle. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. Nobody do it like her. She take names and kick it ass. You shall receive. What do you eat? It's alright. It's all about the body. Tonight's the night. Get up, and Sashay, Shantae, feather on the runway. Do it, ooh. All the girls say, Sashay, Shantae, feather on the runway. Do it, ooh. All the boys say, welcome to the jungle. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. Lady boys and girls, and those who dream to rule the world. Smoky eyes, cherry lips, still it along. Now break it down. She's a glamazon. She's a glamazon. Sashay, Shantae, feather on the runway. Do it, ooh. All the girls say, Sashay, Shantae, feather on the runway. Do it, ooh. All the boys say,
She's so bloody tall.
she's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon. She's so wild, so animal. She's gonna work that sexy body so sexual. She's like a female phenomenon. She's a glamazon, female phenomenon.
So that was RuPaul, Glamazon. That is all for our Glamazon album. And if you guys know who RuPaul is a drag queen. And she has her own show called RuPaul's Drag Race. And you guys can find it on logo.com. So, today is literally Saturday. I missed yesterday because I was gone. I was in Woodbury with my family and some things went down. But, that's besides the point. Yes, my nails are blue and sparkled. I lost my pinky one while I was sleeping last night. I can't find it, but whatever. I'll do that before I leave. At least I'll put it on in the next video, so yeah. So, on Thursday, we did chapter 24. And what did they do? I don't remember. Oh, Trace and Zeke saved Corey again. And, Corey apparently got a hickey from Trace, and Zeke is trying to cover it up. And we met the new kid, his name is Mikey. I thought it was Tony, but whatever. I mean Tommy, whatever. Okay, so let's get into chapter 25. Let's get this over with. Corey's point of view. Oh, what am I doing? I need to read the last paragraph of chapters. I didn't want Zeke to have Corey. I didn't want anyone to have Corey but me. He was my boyfriend. I loved him. I wasn't going to lose him too. I would make damn well sure of that. Chapter 25. Corey's point of view. Walmart. Corey, don't you even think about it. Kmart. Corey, I mean, I will seriously kill you. Target. My palm collided with Trace's forehead and he rocked back slightly. He rocked forward and glared at me. And jumped off his bed and held up a pillow for protection. He got up and stormed over to me. And I whimpered and gave him puppy dog eyes. Don't kill me, I'm adorable. I shrieked about and winced at him and winced a hand and shot out. He grabbed me and forced me to my feet and clutched the pillow tightly as he threw me on the bed and crawled on top of me. "You're being bad again," he breathed. His breath blew on my neck and I shivered like I always did. I nodded and my hand slowly began to nibble on my neck. My mom hadn't seen the bruise or Hickey yet. I had been avoiding her and Brandon. Then again, that had been only yesterday, so I would probably get caught soon. "Do you have to be taught a lesson?" Trace asked. I nodded eagerly. He sucked at my neck, and I couldn't help but moan. He trailed kisses up my neck to my chin before going back down to my neck. His hands moved to my shirt, and I helped him pull it off my body. He kissed down my chest, and then I moaned again as he flicked his tongue over my right nipple and began to suck it while gently messaging my left nipple with his thumb. The lower half of my body was beginning to gently grind. The lower half of his body began to gently grind on me, and I felt myself growing excited. He traced his tongue down my stomach to my waistband and my jeans. He grabbed my hips and grinded on me harder. Trace suddenly stopped grinding on me and smirked. "Have fun with your cold shower alone," he said, and rolled off me. I frowned, actually a little hurt this time. Trace seemed to notice, and he gave me a questioning look. "Sit next to me." Sitting next to me? I sat up and adjusted myself, fighting up the blush as I did. "So, Trace, if you can't be like that with me, then why are we together? Are you really even gay?" I asked quietly. "Corey, I kissed you and made out with you and grinded on you. I'm definitely gay for you," he said in annoyance, rolling his eyes at me. But you wouldn't do anything sexual with you? I'm not saying sexual stuff makes or breaks a relationship. It doesn't, but I do think it's important to know. It's important to know you would do stuff with me, otherwise you might not actually be gay, I said, wondering if I was making sense to him. I looked down at my hands as Trace fell silent. What if he actually wasn't really gay for me? What if he had just been lying to himself or something? My head jerked up in surprise, and Trace climbed onto my lap and forcing me to lie back down. He crashed his lips onto mine, his tongue going into my mouth and exploring it, as his thumb messaged my nipples again. He began to grind on me again. "I love you, Corey." "I know. I do." "I know I do," he whispered and kissed me again. "Trace, please, only if you mean it," I whispered as he began to trail his kiss down my stomach again. "I'm not doing this to prove anything, Corey. I'm going to do this because I want to, and because I love you," he said, his voice and eyes fierce with honesty. He pulled my jeans off, and then my boxers were the only thing between Trace and the possible truth. He looked into my eyes and saw that his expression was thick with lust and want. He began to pull my boxers off and began to work his hands on me. I moaned and scrambled to get Trace's t-shirt off. I threw it on the ground as I whimpered as Trace wrapped his mouth around me and sucked me. I tangled my hands in his hair as he began to suck me harder. He ran his tongue over my tip, and I moaned loudly. Trace grasped. "Trace," I grasped. His eyes locked on mine, and I groaned as he ran his tongue up over my tip again. I thrust my hips and came in his mouth. He swallowed and crawled on top of me, kissing me deeply, letting me taste myself. I bit my bottom lip playfully. He bit my bottom lip playfully, and I smirked at him. He unbuttoned his jeans, hurried and threw them on the floor. He pulled his boxers off and threw them away as well, positioning himself. I prepared myself for the pain, but still cried out for the thrust. As he thrust into me, I squeezed my eyes shut and bit my trembling lip in pain. "Do you want me to stop?" I shook my head. "Do you love me?" I nodded. He thrust into me again, and I bit my lip harder. He slowly thrust into me again. This time, hitting my spot, I moaned his name, and could imagine him smirking, and because the thrust into me more harder and faster. "Corey," he moaned as he came inside of me. He pulled out, and I rolled into his arms, kissing him deeply. "I love you, Corey," he whispered and ran his hands through my hair. "I love you, holy fuck, I'm finally not a virgin," I cheered. I rested my head on his bare chest, loving the feel of his strong arms around me. "Do you love me, Trace?" "I do love you, Trace," I said softly, feeling tired. "I'm gonna take a shower. Care to join me?" he asked casually. My eyes widened as I grinned. "It's about time," I cried, pulling him out and into the bathroom. Trace rolled his eyes and started at the shower. We stepped in together, and once the water was nice and warm, Trace wrapped his arms around me and kissed the side of my neck. "You better take an actual shower, Corey. My dad will be home in a little," he said with a sigh. I frowned disappointed. "But another time," he said with a smirk, kissing me. I smiled. "Yeah, time to scuba." Oh gosh, I'm not reading that. I said and began to whistle as I grabbed the soap. Trace sighed and shook his head. "You are so weird," he grumbled. We showered up and wrapped ourselves in towels before parting into our room of redness. I came out in fresh clothes and went to Trace's bedroom. I frowned at myself as I saw him staring intently out his window, arms crossed over his chest and chewing his lip. He crept up behind him. "What's wrong, Mr. Frowny Pants? Do you need to turn the frown upside down?" I asked with a wink. Trace jumped a little before glaring at me. "It's called knocking," he grumbled. "You just knocked me, and now what's wrong?" I asked, wrapping my arms around him and jumping into his arms and pecking his lip. He carried me over to the bed and sat down with me in his lap. There was a troubled look in his eyes and began to chew on his lip again. "Nothing's wrong," he said. He lied flatly. "Trace, come on, I'm not dumb, not stupid. There's obviously something bothering you," I said stubbornly. I sighed. "Please tell me." The front door opened and Brandon called out a greeting. Trace stood up, setting me on the ground and kissing me quickly. "I have to go ask him something," he mumbled and left the room. I stared after him and frowned deeply to myself. I really hoped he wasn't having second thoughts about our relationship. Others know. "I know it's short. I have a friend coming over in like 10 minutes. But comment, vote, and I'll upload for you guys tomorrow." Look at Trace. Do you guys think he's having second thoughts? What do you guys think? Do you think Trace is having second thoughts about the relationship? Let me know in the comment section below. And I will see you guys again today because I'm uploading chapter 26 for you guys. So I will see you guys from today, and until next time, guys, okay? Just as the GSA. Mwah!